Hello everybody, welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured film is the newest Netflix Stephen King adaptation. It's called Gerald's Game. It stars Carla Gugino and a guy who I almost mentioned as Bruce Springsteen, but is Bruce Greenwood. And it's about this older couple who's experiencing sexual issues with their marriage, so they go up, get away to a tropical getaway, so they can have a weekend away alone, and the husband, Bruce Greenwood, gets a little fancy with cuffs his wife to a bed, has a heart attack before anything can happen, and dies. So now we have Carla Gugino, who is stuck to a bed with both her hands tied on both sides of the bed, and basically she's forced into a ticking time clock for her life before she either suffocates or dehydrates or gets killed by unknown forces outside of the home where there's nobody else for miles. And it's also a Stephen King movie, so you know there's going to be some really weird, disturbing, cringy shit. What I expected from Gerald's Game on the surface was a movie about a woman who is stuck in an insurmountable situation who has to try to survive with very limited resources. And you get that, but I should have expected more because it's Stephen King. It's not just going to be that. It's very effective and simple in premise, but it also goes beyond that too, in ways that I should have imagined, but I didn't in the moment. But when it happens, I'm like, oh, in a very positive way. There's more elements to this film than meets the eye, and I really enjoyed those added elements that I wasn't expecting initially. It gets very creepy. There is some imagery that I won't forget for a little while. There's also a really cool visual game that Mike Flanagan plays with Carla's character that I don't want to spoil, but it reminded me in a way of Arkham City's Joker. And that's all I'm going to say about that if you played Batman Arkham City. If you don't get what I mean by that, basically Carla is dying. She's like this on the bed. And I guess when you're going crazy, you see things. So the way that she plays with her frustrations, the way that she deals with her psyche is ingenious in a way. And I really enjoyed how they executed that. Now, I never read the book, so I'm not sure how faithful this was to the Stephen King novel, but I was a really big fan of the direction of the film and where it goes. I did expect things to get a little crazy and go haywire by the end, and as you expect, yes, that's how a movie works. But there are added elements with her craziness, with her psyche, with the environment that really play on you as an audience member, and it made the experience that much more enthralling. And there are, of course, a handful of moments where you go, "Ugh!" There's a moment where I actually almost gagged because it was done almost too well in terms of Carla's character. It was disgusting. But I also was disgusted for another reason. There's another side plot element to our main character that plays and correlates with another side plot for a character from Stephen King's It that took me for a loop, but then I was like, oh, this is Stephen King, so I should have expected this, but it still made the movie that much more memorable. It was also an added element that could have seemed a little forced, but I bought into it. It made the character that much more impactful when she basically has to actually tackle obstacles. The only problem I really have with the film is that I think it overstates its welcome towards the end. I think it kind of just gets to a point where basically I kind of clocked out after a certain point when we got resolution for our story, but it kind of just continues for a little bit while longer. Not that much longer, but I think where the story goes at the very end, although fits for a Stephen King film adaptation, it wasn't needed for me personally. But yeah, Gerald's Game is a really nice surprise. It's on Netflix, so if you don't have Netflix, hopefully it comes to a DVD rack near you at some point. But this is worth having Netflix for. It's a really good thriller that has creepy horror elements that may stick in your nightmares for a little bit. It's gory in a playful but disgusting way. Going through the journey of Carla Gugino's mental psyche is brilliantly done in execution for editing, for directing by Mike Flanagan, and Carla's performance. I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm not sure if I would watch it again anytime soon. Like, I'm not, like, jumping to watch it again. But it's definitely worth a watch for horror and thriller fans out there. And it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good movie. But now I want to know from you guys, if you have Netflix out there and you saw Gerald's Game, what'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you were stuck to your bed because your husband or wife had a heart attack and died, what kind of position would you want to be in? That's a weird question. Don't answer that unless you want to. But don't. But yeah, do. Don't do. If you enjoyed my review, please like, subscribe, and check out the rest of my stuff down below. Please don't answer that question I previously said. That's really weird. Just let me know if you enjoyed the movie or not. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys next time.